Okay, hey guys, I hope everyone is doing okay. Um, there's just one story that has been online for some time, and to be honest, I won't lie to you, it actually just pissed me off, and it really pushed me to the edge. So there's this man in the video that is circulating by Eli Price. I don't know if it's Price or Prince. Anyway, I don't really know much about him, but I've done a research. But the most important thing is that I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about the African heritage. So I'll show you what the video, what he says in the video, and um, not only him is talking about that, but most of the white people, um, those that see themselves um, to be the men that really feel they can change Africa. This really pissed me off. It really got me to the age where I looked back. I know I wasn't there, maybe I wasn't even born, but we had people like Nelson Mandela. These are the guys that really fought for independence. In our country, Zambia, we had a lot of people that had to fight, and most of them are not alive right now. And it is foolish of that man to say that. And the most upsetting thing is that no leader of ours has said anything concerning this issue. And then this man comes and says Africa should be colonized again. Such is foolishness. And this is something that we cannot condone as Africans. We were in chains, we were put in chains. We had to go through a lot of suffering for us to reach where we are. Our great leaders had to fight, they had to come together to make sure we have the freedom that we have. And the most foolish thing is this man just comes online and begins to say that. And I don't expect our leaders to stay quiet and not respond to this man. I know he may be rich, he may have a background that he has, but he has no right to talk about Africa like that. We may have leaders that put their money in their pockets, but colonizing Africa, that won't happen, my dear. I don't know if you know the history of Africa and where we are coming from. And mostly you guys had to benefit from Africa a lot. And I feel that is where you are missing the point. Africa doesn't belong to any colonial countries. Africa belongs to Africa. And I feel it's because we as Africans, we don't know, most of the African people, we don't know the heritage that we have. Because I feel Africa should just come together and just create one currency and we will be great as Africans. But I'm just so upset that none of our leaders has said anything about this. It is really upsetting, and I don't know how I can say this. I don't know how I can say this. Nelson Mandela in prisons for so many years, not 2, not 3, but for so many years. And he stood to fight, and today you come back and say Africa has to be colonized. This is why Mugabe never liked any of you guys, because you think we are animals, that you can do anything that you feel you can do to us Africans. I think this is one thing that colonial rulers or colonial governments should know. And these are talks that we are not supposed to condone as Africans. I'm sorry to say this, but Elik, we are not animals. And we are not incapable of ruling ourselves. We are capable of ruling ourselves, and we will continue to rule ourselves. So please, if you don't have anything to say about Africa, please make sure you don't say anything. That's an insult that you said, and you're supposed to apologize for that. And all of us are not supposed to let this slide, because this man should not just come out and just say whatever he wants about Africa. And I've seen most of you are doing videos saying, no, actually, I feel colonial should. We can never be re-colonialized again. So many lives were lost, and our leaders had to fight. And if it means if we have to fight again, we will fight. But Africa will never, never, ever, never, ever be re-colonized again. That is one thing you should know. That is one thing you should know. And I saw an interview of a certain lady and a gentleman. They were saying, no, Africa, they were agreeing with him and saying Africa should be recolonized again. Guys, sit down. I think the best thing you're supposed to think about is what you will eat tomorrow than thinking about Africa, because you don't know what Africa has been through in the hands of your readers. So this really got me upset, and I'm still upset about this, because this man has to be put to his place. And such people should not be allowed in Africa.
Great. All this talk of illegal migration in Europe, in the United States, it ultimately comes down to a contest of what is governance. Who is governed? Which countries are governed well? And if so many of these countries around the world are incapable of governing themselves, then it's time for us to just put the imperial hat back on to say, we're going to govern those countries if you're incapable of governing yourselves, because enough is enough. We're done being invaded.
Because our own national security risk is at stake.
Exactly.
National security interests are at stake.
You can say that about pretty much all of Africa. They're incapable of governing themselves and benefiting their citizens, because the governments there are all about looting and pillaging and lining their pockets and going shopping in Paris instead of actually making their country better.
People on the left are going to watch this. They're going to say, wait a minute, Eric Prince is talking about being a colonialist again.
Absolutely. Yes. Enough. Because if you go to these countries and you see how they suffer under absolutely corrupt, made-up governments that are just criminal syndicates.
Made-up governments.
The people of Africa, the people of Latin America, a lot of them deserve better. Now, some countries are really getting it together. Look at what El Salvador did. Bukele, murder capital of Latin America, he said, no more. Now El Salvador is safer than Prince William County.
And he took
just
all
south of Washington, D.C.
And you know, guys, I'm going through the same comment section for this man, and I'm seeing Africans comment to say we should go back. Wow. Guys, let us not play on dangerous grounds. This is Africa. Let's look back where we're coming from, what our elders had to go through. And some of you guys are commenting, lamenting, to say this, what this guy is saying is correct. You're agreeing. Wow. I don't even know what I can say. Africans are the ones that are commenting on his comment section over this video, agreeing and saying, yes, Africa should go back to colonial. Wow. Guys, everyone that commented in that comment section, if you're African and you agreed, grow up. You need to grow up. And in fact, you don't have regard for Africa because you don't know what our leaders had to go through. A lot of people have died for us to be where we are right now. A lot of people sacrificed their lives for us to be where we are. And you guys are saying, no, we should go back. Africans? Wow. I don't even know what to say to every person that commented and say we should go back to colonial. I'm so disappointed with each and every one of you that commented in that comment section and saying, no, we should go back. In fact, this is insulting our intelligence. We have Kaunda. A lot of people had to fight. A lot of people had to fight. A lot of people had to die for us to have what we have right now. And most of you are in the comment section, in his comment section, and you're commenting, yes, we should go back. All the guts to say that about your country, about your Africa, where you're coming from. Wow. Wow, I feel like I can just spot all of you that were commenting in that comment section and just bring you up so that people can see you. We need to grow up. We need to learn our history and where we're coming from. Because we are not supposed to do this as Africans. We are supposed to stand together and fight this issue. If you guys feel like this is a small issue, this is a big issue. And we are not supposed to let this man just go around and keep on saying this foolish thing. Our families were put in chains, swords. And you go back to the comment section and comment like that? Wow. Grow up. Every one of you that commented in that comment section agreeing to Eric. To be honest with you, I'll tell you this, man. Because Africa, and as Africans, we are proud. And our pride is up here. And we are not going to allow this Eric Prince or Price, I don't know whatever he calls his name, to come and start insulting our intelligence. This is foolishness. And this should be dealt with.